For your first step, locate this part right here that looks like a T and the shortest piece of hose. Connect and make sure you're connecting to the bottom part of the T. Hold tightly and push in. You don't need to push all the way. All right, for your next step, locate your plate that has the heart. With a sharpened pencil, you're going to poke a hole in this location of your heart where it makes a T. Carefully poke the hole through it. Next, you're going to grab the hose and the T that you just connected earlier. You're going to slowly insert it into the hole you just created.
Step, you're going to take the plate with the tube and go somewhere in the middle of your board and go about 12 spots down and connect it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I'm going to insert the tube and pull it through the back of the board, and it should hold just like that. For your next step, before you get started, you're going to need to poke a hole with your sharpened pencil through the plate, here, here, and here. Once you have that completed, then you're going to take the T piece that we connected earlier and connect it to your second longest piece of pipe. Once you have that, then you want to run the pipe across and push it through the back of your board. Once you go through the back of the board, move down a few spots and pull it back through the front. And you're going to want to get all of the tubing that you can pulled back through like we have here. Once you go through there, you're going to come across. You're going to come back from the lungs, back into the heart with your tube and enter where we poked one of those holes. We've pulled the tubing through the plate. Now from the back of the plate, we've got the tubing and we're going to come out through the front again. Make sure you're coming out through the red at that artery because now the blood has oxygen and you're going to pull up toward the brain. Now we're going to run the tubing for the blood vessel that's going to run to the upper part of the body. So you're going to go up and pull the tubing through. And once it goes through, you're going to bring it through the back. The tubing is going to come through, pull it and bring it back down to the heart. It has now delivered the oxygen and is coming back with carbon dioxide. And you're going to pull that through the heart. At this point, you might have some extra tubing. So what you're going to do is make sure that you stay behind the plate here. And you are going to just push this through underneath the plate and pull your extra tubing out the back and leave it for now. Now, before we continue, with your sharpened pencil, you're going to poke a hole in your plate right here next to this red artery and up top by that artery. So what we do here is we're going to connect our longest hose to the T and run it across to the lung just like we did on the other side. And we're going to bring it down and back through here. Now, with all the extra tubing that you've got, you are going to run it back to the heart now that it has oxygen from the lungs and poke it through here. Now, if you look, there's the extra tube is coming up right here. You want it to go through this hole that you've poked. So, you're going to need help from a teammate to be able to see behind the plate here to help you guide that tubing up through the hole so that you don't break the plate or rip off any of the hoses you've already got. Now you're going to take the extra tubing and pull it through on this side. And that's how it should look over here. Now with your extra tubing, you are going to go behind these blood vessels here. Run them behind and get the excess down to the rest of the lower body. Before you can move on, make sure that you poke a hole right here in your plate. And with the extra tubing that we had here, we ran it down 18 holes from the bottom of the plate here. We ran through the back. You can see where it came out. And then we came back through the front. We ran the tubing up back to the heart, right here. And then again, we had it pulled through the back underneath the plate so that you can't see it. And when you finish, you should have 3 hoses hanging out the back. Now that you're finished with your blood vessels, attach your lungs and capillaries as shown here.